Hello and welcome to computer class. How are you all students? In our previous class, we have learned how to insert page number, page border and header and footer in the Word document. Today, we will be learning about the word count feature and we'll see the different types to view a document. And we'll also do the worksheets. So let's start with the class. Chapter 5 Page Formatting in MS Word. So today let's read about word count feature in MS Word. Now word count feature allows to know how many words, lines, pages and characters are there in the document which we have written in MS Word. So there is something important which we should remember, that we can see pages and words in our document as we type on the status bar. There's a status bar below the screen and we can see how many pages and words are there in the document. If the pages and words are not visible on the status bar, so we can right click on the status bar and enable the word count feature in the shortcut menu. So we'll see it in Microsoft Word how to use word count feature. Next is viewing a document. We can view a document in 5 different ways. First, print layout view. Second, full screen reading view. Third, web layout view. Fourth, outline view. And fifth, draft view. So let's see what does all these view means. So first one is print layout view. This is the default view. That means whenever we open Microsoft Word, you will see it in a print layout view form. And here we can create our documents. Second, it is a full screen reading view. This is used to read and review the document. Third, web layout view. It is used to create, view and edit pages as they will appear online when opened in a browser. That means if we want to open this Word file in a browser like Google Chrome or Edge, so where that place, how our document is going to look, we can view it from the web layout. Fourth, outline view. It shows only the text outline of the document. That means if any pictures are there, we cannot see here. We can just see the outline view so that we get to know about the structure and the heading of the document. Fifth, it's a draft view. And here we can edit the document as a continuous text without pictures, without page breaks, headers and footers. So we can just check the matter or the text which we have written in the document. Now there is a tip that when we are in a full screen reading view, we have to click on the close button given at the top right corner. So now let's see this in Microsoft Word. Now in the Word document, let's see how to use word count feature. So for that, we will move to the Review tab, and on Review tab, we will go to the word count. So we'll click on it. So as we click, we can see that word count, a box opens which gives all the details that in this document, there are 2 pages, 194 words are there and 902 characters without space, and if we count it with space, it is around 1087. 9 paragraphs are there and 31 lines are used. So these are all the details of the pages, words and characters, paragraph lines which is used in this particular document. So now let's see how to view a document. We know there are 5 different types to view a document: read mode, print layout, web layout, outline and draft. So for that, we have to go to the View tab. So here we'll click on View tab and we'll move to the left side, and here we can see all the different types of view. So now the document is in the print layout view. It is by default. That means whenever we open the Word, it shows the document in print layout view itself. Now when we click on read mode, so here we can read all the documents carefully without any extra features is not shown here. So we can just read out and we can do the corrections. Now for that, if we want to go back to the normal one, so at the bottom we have an option. We can go to the print layout view. Now moving to the web layout. Now web layout means that our particular page is going to be shown in the way that it appears on any online browser. So here our whole page is looking as if we see a website or internet site where we can see that our document will look like this. Now moving back to print layout, now we will see the outline view. So here outline view, as I click, so we can see that all the pictures and charts are not shown here. Here we can view the document's structure and the heading, so that we can get an idea how the document is looking. To close it, we'll click on close outline view, and there is one more view is left, that is draft. So when we click on draft view, it is showing in this way. Now here we can, nothing is shown, no pictures, no page break, no headers and footers are shown here. Only the content is shown, so that that particular correction or changes can be done in this. So now moving back to the default one, print layout view. Now let's start with the activity that is on the page 62. So the first question is, what is the text that appears at the top of every page in a document called? And it is called header, which is the default view of MS Word. It is print layout view. Which type of break helps us to start a new page from anywhere in a document? That is page break. What is the text that appears at the bottom of every page in a document called? It is called footer. So this activity is to be done in the book itself. Now let's recall some important points from the chapter. First, page formatting means applying formatting features to an entire page of a document. That means we can apply formatting. We can use different styles to make our document more attractive by using the formatting features. Next, the amount of white space between an edge of a page and the text is called a margin. And the different types of margins are top, bottom, left and right. That means when we write a document, some white spaces are left around it. So that is called margin. Next, gutter margin is the space between the edges of two facing pages of a document to allow for their joining. So this is the gutter margin, which actually is between the edges. That means the end of the page, the two pages, which allow them to join. Next, page orientation specifies the direction of printing of text on paper. That means it shows the direction of the page, how to print. Either we can print it on a landscape form or in a portrait form. Next is a page border, is an outline surrounding the entire text in a page. Now we have learned how to apply page border around it's just around the document where we have written on a page. Next is you can also type your text in 2 or more columns in a Word document. When we type some text in a document, so we type it just in a paragraph. So we can divide that particular paragraph either in 2 columns or 3 columns, just like we see in a newspaper or magazine. Next is a header or footer is a text that appears respectively at the top or bottom of every page in a document. Like in our book, we can see that every page is having the name, either the name of the book or the name of the chapter on every page at the top of the page. So that is the header. And we can see the page numbers which are mentioned in every pages, that is the footer. Next, a page break is a place in the text where one page ends and next page begins. So the name itself tells page break. That means breaking a page. So when we break a page, so the first page ends and the next or the new page begins from there. So these were some of the important points which you will be reading out and try to recall it from the chapter. Now moving to terms to learn. So these terms to learn are to be written in your computer notebook. First is page layout. Arrangement of different visual elements on a page. That means the different visual elements can be placed according to the document where that particular element to be fitted on that page. Next is page margins. These are the blank spaces around the edges of a page in a document. We have already done about the page margins, that these are the blank spaces around the text which we write it. Page orientation, the way in which the rectangular pages of a document are displayed on the screen for normal viewing. So it can be a rectangular page of a document, whether it is displayed on a horizontal way or in a vertical way. Page border, we apply a different styles of border, or we call it as a decorative strip around the edges. That means it is placed around it surrounds the text in a document where we write the content. Header, we have already read about the header, that it is placed at the top of every page in a document. Footer, it is placed at the bottom of every page in a document. So students, you are going to write these terms to learn in your computer notebook. Now let's start with the worksheets. Worksheet 1, fill in the blanks with the help of the help box. Now first one, white space between the left edge of the paper and the text is called the left margin. Second, to set page margins, you should click on the page layout tab and then on the margins button. Third, page orientation defines the layout position of the paper for printing. Fourth, the change case button is under the home tab. Fifth, in landscape orientation, the horizontal size is greater than the vertical size. Worksheet 2, the header text appears at the top of every page in a document. In which orientation vertical size is less than the horizontal size? It is landscape. Which is the view you generally work to create a document? And it is print layout view. Fourth, where are the page numbers generally installed? It is in the footer. Which tab will you open to use the change case feature? And it is Home tab. Worksheet 3, we cannot apply color to an entire page of a document. It is false. We can apply color to an entire page of a document. Second, a header is a text that appears at the top of every page in a document. It is true. Third, a footer is the text that appears at the top of every page in a document. It is false. It appears at the bottom of every page in a document. Fourth, we can count number of words in a document by using the word count feature of MS Word. It is true. Fifth, the change case button allows us to translate a selected piece of text into another language. It is false. The change case button allows us to change the case of the selected text. That means if capital A is to be changed, so the case of capital A is changed to the small a. Now moving to worksheet 4, left margin, it is white space between pages, left edge and the text. Right margin, it is the white space between pages, right edge and text. Third, word count, it is found in the review tab. Fourth, change case, it is found in the home tab. Fifth, page number, it is found in the insert tab. So we are going to write the number 4 in front of the A option, 3 in front of the B option, C we will write 2 for that, and for D 5, and for E we'll write 1 at the last. So in this way the match the following is done. Now the homework, we have to read, students, you are going to read page 61 and then you will write terms to learn in notebook. Worksheet 1 to 4 is to be done in the book itself. Students, you have to complete the worksheet in the book itself and you have to write terms to learn in your computer notebook. Take care. Bye students.